And welcome back into a brand new episode of Pit Stop Pals here on the Reality Realm Network. My name is Bruce Heller.
My name is Kevin Oliver. I'm falling. And we are ready to join you all on this next leg on our race around the world.
Yes, this was an annoying leg. I mean, a fun
You're
episode, cool location, but annoying episode.
You're annoying.
Well, I've realized that Shelly is for me what Robbie and Jim are for you.
Oh, I can't stand Shelly either.
She's my least favorite person I think I've ever seen on it. Well, Will and James. She's one of my least favorite people I've ever seen on this show.
Yeah, she is not. I did not recall her being as annoying as she is.
I think that just happened last week and kept going this week.
Yeah, I mean, when I watched the season prior.
Oh, you've watched it before?
Yeah,
Forgot
ding
about
dong.
that.
I've been watching the race for years.
Well, yeah, I forgot about that. So do you know who wins? Are you cheating?
I know who wins, but I'm not letting it dictate how I'm choosing based on how I feel right now and not based on what I know. It's
Okay,
it's kind of like how I watched Survivor for the first time.
that's
I know
true.
who wins. I know who wins every season, but uh, I don't let it affect my judgments and how I feel.
That makes sense. What
Yeah.
I have one quote that made me laugh. Do you have any this episode?
Let's hear yours first.
I think the French guy liked me.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't have it written down, but
That one made me laugh.
yeah, I liked the quote that ended up naming this episode. It was by either Tim or TJ, I don't remember who, and it was "Let's Moroccan Roll" when they found out where they were going.
Yeah.
Let's see, quote wise. Oh, when they were doing the food cart thing, and Bethany said, "Now the food carts in New York City look luxurious."
I do have a second one I wrote down later.
Oh, what
It's
do you got?
when they somehow, I think it was Brooke, got Morocco and Maracas confused. And Robbie said, no, Morocco is that circle. What'd he say?
I don't know. You wrote it down.
No, I know. I'm asking myself. I wrote it down somewhere. Darn it. I have it somewhere. Oh, Robbie. No, Morocco is the circle thing with the bell around it. I don't know what he was talking about. It's not a maraca or a Morocco, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
that
And I have a few more quotes here. I have a tie for my favorite, but I'll tell you the non-favorite one before I get there. I just enjoyed how everybody was like super complimenting Bethany.
mhm.
Uh, like Kim said, Bethany is a beast. Another person said Bethany is so good at all these challenges. She is. It's true. But my tie for my two favorite quotes. One was from Jim, and he says, "Maya's like it's just what they do, and we get to experience their culture." No, it smells like bleep.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with Jim there. I appreciate Maya trying to find a silver lining there. Like
Yeah, I understand that. I just thought it
Jim's
was
just
hilarious.
I do have that written down somewhere. Jim spends the whole episode either complaining or fussing at Misty about various things.
Right. And then my other favorite one was push me one more time. And what?
Oh gosh. Yeah, that whole interaction was something. I don't know. Yeah. That made me dislike Shelly even more than I already did.
Right. Right. But that's all I got. That's all I got for quotes. Yeah, five of them, but that's all.
Five.
Five. Good job. Good job. You can count.
I can count my fingers.
So proud of you. Okay, let's Moroccan roll on with this episode.
No, it's Morocco. and roll. Maracas are instruments, remember? Brooke taught us that.
I'm talking about the country, ding dong.
You're a ding dong.
Okay.
Didn't see that coming.
Actually, I kind of did. You always copy what I do. Anyway, Kim and Allie were the first to depart from Copenhagen, from the VM houses.
That place looked really cool, by the way.
It did. But they left at 9:48 p.m., which made me think, oh boy, this is going to be interesting, because then they find out they have to go to Marquise, Morocco, and when they went to the travel agency, they found out that the earliest flights don't leave till almost 8:30 in the morning and don't get there until like after 3 in the afternoon. So this means that because of the flight times, basically everybody's on an even playing field. And the fact that they left at 9:48 p.m. and other people didn't leave till like 2 in the morning had no effect on the game at all, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know how to feel about that, but stinks for them.
Yeah, for sure. They didn't really get any kind of, other than I guess you can kind of say that there is an advantage to having time to rest versus once you get to the airport versus getting to the airport and being rushed and everything. But in the actual race, there was little to no advantage for placing first, but they did get those cool cars.
They did. Those cars are
Well,
cool.
they look cool until you find out they're electric cars.
Not fully electric, hybrid.
Fine, hybrid, fine.
Also, electric cars can be cool. Tesla is a thing. It wasn't back then, but it is a thing. Those are cool looking.
Yeah, they might be cool looking, but I don't want to have to charge my car.
I don't want to have to charge it, but the size of like the dashboard screen and those things alone makes me want one. Like the tech on those is really cool.
Yeah, that just does not. I don't care.
I want the big Tesla truck is what I want, just for the meme.
If you get a big Tesla truck, I'm firing you from this podcast.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
I will run you over with my Cybertruck.
I think Brett would approve at this point.
We will see. But where were we?
Let's see. So they fly into Morocco and they got to go to some place called Jem Al Fa or something like that, and it's basically the main square in the town of Marquise, where they have
quiche.
to. What?
I like quiche. Isn't that like some sort of
No,
eggy thing?
no, not quiche, Marquise.
I know you said marquiche, but you made me think of quiche because that's part of the word.
Oh my gosh, Bruce.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. Why'd you have to plan this for 6 o'clock? Um,
Well, I didn't know when I'd be getting home from my travels today.
your travels from where?
You know where.
I do.
I told you. You don't listen very well.
When?
A couple weeks ago when I scheduled it.
Oh, how'd that go?
Fine. I got Buffalo
Fine.
Wild Wings with their committee afterwards. Anyway.
Okay, we'll talk about this after we get done recording.
Yeah, we don't need the listeners to be here for 5 hours.
Anyways, they got to the main square there and they had to do a challenge called Cart It Out. And so basically they set up this rolling vendor cart in the main square. Whatever
Sorry,
you're.
I accidentally turned my light off.
They had to set up this rolling vendor cart in the main square exactly like to their approval, and it was heavy, and there was people running into things, and it was a mess. And at the same time, Jim and Misty have to do a speed bump called Getting the Hang of It, where they had to put all these collect all these rugs and then hang them up higher than they could reach, and it was a whole mess. They were struggling hardcore.
Yeah, this was all chaos, and this is where we have a scene where Shelly and Niecy say, "Oh yeah, we had a big long conversation last night. We're good now." And my question was, is this gonna last? And I still don't think it will. And we have Kevin's hat change of the episode that has happened on every episode besides our premiere, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
But do you think this will last? The two of them like being good at communicating because they had this long conversation off camera?
Shelly and Niecy.
Yeah.
It might last, but then they get to where they're just douchebags to everybody else. So what would we rather have? Them falling apart internally or shoving all of their insecurities externally?
I'd rather them
I
just go home is what I'd rather, to be honest with you. I really don't care how. I just want them out.
Amen. Amen. We also find out here that they're caution, you turn ahead. So we do find out there will be a U-turn in this episode. How did that make you feel, Bruce?
My first and honestly, the first thing I thought of was when we were at school recording our first ever episode of Pit Stop Pals, and neither one of us could remember what a U-turn was called.
Is that what we couldn't remember?
I think so. At least that's what it made me think of. That might not be accurate, but that's where
I
my
don't.
mind went.
I don't think it's accurate.
I think it was U-turn. What else would it be?
I don't know.
Exactly. You got nothing.
Shut up. Okay.
What's that?
So here at the cart challenge, Keith and Whitney, they finished first, and we find out that we have to go to Babdabo Tannery for the next challenge, where we're gonna see the roadblock that is pulling your hair out, and yeah, just like that.
It's
Just
stuck to my head. It's stuck
Bruce,
to my head. I can't pull it out.
Bruce, you need to put that for the thumbnail. Anyway, so what they had to do here was they had to rip all this hair off of this leather, and then they had to load 3 big circles of leather on to a bike and ride it to the tannery. Or no, they had to ride it to the shoemaker, from the tannery to the shoemaker so they could make slippers, and then take the receipt back to the tannery to get their next clue.
Yes.
What do you think of this? What do you think of this roadblock, Bruce?
It looks interesting. They all said it smelled weird, but I kind of want to do it, honestly.
Yeah, this is the one where I got that quote where Jim said, "It smells like bleep."
Yeah, but one of the candy scientists, I forget which one is which, said it basically smelled like a petting zoo, which isn't that bad. So
It's not desirable either, though.
no, but it's not. There are worse smells.
Yeah, like Bruce.
Well, no,
But
but I want to do this. It looks interesting.
but what I thought was really funny here is that Misty was literally running into people left and right on her bike, including the flight attendant. She knocked the flight attendant over.
Her and yeah, I wrote that down too. Misty and that bike were having trouble.
Yeah, they did not get along.
And also her on the tea challenge later, but we'll get to that.
Bruce, which one of us would be doing this?
I'll do what the pulling the hair off of the goat skin thing?
Yeah,
I'll do it.
you can have it, man.
Experiencing the culture, as
Maya,
the candy scientist said.
Maya.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
I think maybe it's Amy. Let me see. Oh, yep, it's Maya.
Was she?
Yeah,
She was
you
the
can
same
have it.
one on this one. The hat kept falling off.
Yeah, you can have it. I do not really care to do this one.
Okay.
And I'll let you hit people with a bike. And then, as they're finishing this challenge, they all got lost and they all had these bad directions. And they're delivering the leather to the shoemaker. And they all get to the same corner of this market at the same time. And they all get to the shoemaker at the same time. And it is absolute chaos.
Uh-huh. That crowd, I even wrote a note about that, how crazy the chaos in the crowd at the shoemaker was. That was wild.
And then they all sprinted back or rode their bikes back, except for two people, Tim and TJ's group and Shelly and Nisi's group. Or no, it was Amy and Maya's group that went the wrong direction. Everybody else went the other way, and they got back to the tannery to get their clue. And that is when I thought that Keith and Shelly were going to fight.
Yeah, I don't know what would have happened. I'm not entirely sure why she got all upset to begin with, and I don't really care. I'm taking his side anyway because I don't like her, but
Push me one time. And what?
I don't know what. I honestly don't know what the answer to "and what" would have been. We'll never know, but
We'll never know.
they're just insufferable at this point.
So everybody gets their clues, and they're going to Ben Yusof something. I don't remember what the last word was. I missed it. I was writing stuff down.
I had it written down somewhere.
Yeah, sure you did.
Ben Youssef Modersa.
Oh, Ben Yusof Modersa. Thank you, Bruce. You actually did something. So proud. And it was at this point
This is
when
great.
I said Shelly and Nisi can leave. I wrote that down right here. Shelly and Nisi can leave.
Yeah, I had that thought in my head about 5 times. I don't like them.
Yeah, not good. But anyway, they get to Ben Yusof Modersa, and they have the detour. And there's twirl time or tea time. And twirl time is street performing. They have to twirl this their head with the hat with the tassel on it. They have to twirl the tassel for 1 whole minute while doing these little clacker things, while their partner plays a drum, and they have to do this without losing rhythm for a full minute, and it proves to be difficult.
Yeah, I want to do the tea one.
I would agree. And then there's tea time, where they have to carry a tea set through the streets of Morocco to this restaurant, where one team member has to balance the whole plate of tea glasses on one arm, while the other team member does a traditional pour, where they have to pour 2 glasses at one point super high up and then bring it back down. Okay, Bruce, I'm glad that you are volunteering to be the one that holds the plate of tea glasses, because I would not be good at that.
I don't know that I would I'd be better at the pouring, but this was what I had to use next to me as a prop, so that's the job I went with. If I had like a cup or something here, I'd be pouring my water into it right now, but I don't. Either way, we just got our thumbnail, so this one looks fun though. Other than Misty, who for the 2nd episode in a row,
She can't read. She can't read and pay attention.
What did I write?
Last week she wasn't given the numbers of the sandwiches. This week she's trying to hold the tray with 2 hands. What's the deal?
I literally wrote down Misty holding tea tray with both hands. What's with her and restaurant challenges?
Yeah. So four groups did each thing. The 4 groups that did twirl time were Keith and Whitney, Kim and Allie, Amy and Maya, and Shelly and Nisi. And the 4 that did tea time were Adam and Bethany, Jim and Misty, Brooke and Robbie, and Tim and TJ. And I wrote down the hat kept falling off Maya's head, which others didn't really have that much of a problem with. So I didn't know why they were doing that bad with it. But
why didn't they just switch spots?
they did eventually, I think.
I know, but why did it take so long?
because they were determined. I don't know. But the Soul Surfers, they got tea time on the first try, and everybody else was struggling. Like, I think Brooke and Robbie took 9 times to get tea time.
They take 9 times to do everything, but still somehow don't finish near the end. I don't get how they do what they do.
They're talented, I guess. It's kind of
Robbie
sad.
is a phenomenal waitress. That is true.
Robbie is a phenomenal waitress. That's how they do it.
It's a super.
Um, and then Kim and Allie, they were the first ones done with twirl time. They actually seemed to do that pretty easily. And somehow they were the first ones to the U-turn, where they chose not to use it.
Yeah.
And then Adam and Bethany were second to the U-turn. They chose not to use it. And then we see Kim and Allie finish, get to the pit stop, which I didn't write down the name of the pit stop. I don't know why. Did you?
It's a famous bazaar, is all I wrote down.
The famous bazaar?
It's a famous bazaar. I don't remember what the name was. It looks like a rug store.
Well, you're not famous, but you are bizarre.
Different type of bazaar. It's a different word.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, Kim and Allie finished team number 1. Adam and Bethany come in as team number 2. And then we see Shelly and Nisi finish the twirling thing as the third team done. When they came into it at the back of the pack, they took a huge jump up this week.
Unfortunately.
And then we see them U-turn Keith and Whitney, who are already struggling mighty heavily.
The weird thing is, like, most teams decided not to use a U-turn because they didn't want to make enemies. Shelly and Nisi are like, oh, we're definitely going to use it. The question is who?
It's because they've already made enemies.
And because at the tanneries, this was hilarious when Shelly's like freaking out on her daughter, hurry up, Jim and Misty are catching us. And Jim just stands there and says, where he knows they can hear them, hear that, they're scared. That was funny to me. I know you're not Jim's biggest fan, and he's arrogant, but that was funny because I don't like the two. I don't like Shelly and Nisi. I don't
That's
like
fair.
Shelly. I don't have a problem with Nisi yet, but Shelly is enough to make me dislike the team as a whole.
But to be fair, we do know that if Keith and Whitney were flip-flopped with Shelly and Nisi, they would have U-turned Shelly and Nisi.
Yeah. I even wrote down, are Keith and Whitney going to use it on them before Shelly and Nisi got there first?
Yeah, so we can't really. I don't blame them, I guess.
I don't blame them. I just think it's funny that like nobody wanted to use it, and they're like, "Oh, we're using it. It's just a matter of who."
Mm-hmm. Then Tim and TJ finished. They chose not to U-turn anybody, and Shelly and Nisi are bad enough that they finished third, but did not come in third place. Tim and TJ got to the pit stop prior to Shelly and Nisi taking third place. Shelly and Nisi took fourth. Brooke and Robbie and the dentist and the food scientist all got done around the same time. All chose not to U-turn. Wrestlers come in fifth. Dentist come in sixth. Food scientists come in seventh. And then Keith and Whitney decide that they needed to change U-turns or change detours. And so they went and they did the twirl thing. Or not the twirl thing. They did the pour challenge, got it done, found out that they got U-turned, finally finished the twirl challenge. And it was dark by the time they got to the pit stop, where they were informed by Phil that they got last place and that they would indeed be eliminated. Did I miss anything?
No, that is in fact what Mr. Phil said. I want to show you this. My phone is too bright. 1 second. When I was writing down the finishing order, it's still too bright.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Okay, so here we go. I have an eye roll emoji next to Shelly and Nisi. Well, two
Mm-hmm.
on finishing order, and I have two of the like crying emojis next to Keith and Whitney where they were last.
Yeah.
Emojis. I'm gonna start pronouncing the E as instead of E.
Please
Emoji.
don't. That's cringy.
And
And I guess that means it's time to get into power rankings, Bruce.
it is brought to you by Kit Kats and Hershey bars. Not really, but that'd
No,
be awesome.
really not. Bruce, who do you have in seventh? I think I already know.
I actually wrote down the numbers correctly this week and didn't like accidentally skip a number or anything. I just want to point that out so that I can be applauded.
I'm not gonna applaud you.
Thank you. Shelly and Nisi at 7. I still think they're going home soon.
Yeah, I put Shelly and Nisi at 7 because even though they got fourth this week, I want them to be gone.
They're gonna implode at some point.
We already saw them implode and they still didn't go home, Bruce.
They're gonna implode again.
I hope so.
Like a sinkhole.
Who do you have in sixth?
The candy scientists.
I also have that.
And I still think they're going deep. I just have this gut feeling, but they just the other teams all have had bigger edits, and I've seen more of them to base this off of.
That's fair.
Of course, it is.
I also have them in sixth. They have not been placing great. They got second to last here. And like you said, they've just been kind of getting lousy at it. What about fifth?
Brooke and Robbie,
Why?
because I think the teams ahead of them are better and the teams behind them are worse.
I'm gonna throw something. I'm gonna drive to St. Louis just to throw something at you.
What? What did I do?
That was the most like stereotypical. I'm not gonna give you my opinions or any actual thoughts based on the game at all.
You know what's
I'm
sad
gonna
is
put
that
this person in this place because the people above them are better and the people below them are worse.
you know
What
what
the heck?
you know what's sad is that wasn't even me trying to be sarcastic. I thought that was a good answer. But I don't know. They every episode they have an episode that takes 1,000. They have a challenge that takes 1,000 years for them to do, and then the next challenge they just zoom through and still finish about middle of the pack every week. I don't get how they work as it like how they keep doing this, but because Buckingham Palace took 5 years for them to finish. They had one this time they really struggled with, and they're still a pretty good finish. I don't think doing this, so they're in the middle of my rankings.
Yeah, that makes sense. I had Tim and TJ here.
Oh, why? I expect a full essay answer.
Okay. So basically, even though Tim and TJ got third here, okay, I do not like that stare. Even though Tim and TJ got third here, better than the people that I have ranked above them. I just don't think that they are playing as good of a game as the dentists or the wrestlers.
That's fair. The dentist had a bad episode last week and didn't have a great episode this week. So I don't like the way they're trending. They weren't
Who's
bad
your
this
four?
week. They just weren't dominant the way they were the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, for sure. Who's your four?
Them,
Me too.
which I've had them at either 1 or 2 every episode. So last week combined with this week has dropped them down to 4 for me.
That's fair. I think that they had a terrible week last week, not a great week this week. I still think they have a better win potential than most of the people in the competition at this point. Hence why they are in fourth.
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 That's what I did.
No,
What did I do?
you did fourth.
I didn't even notice. Oh well, YouTube audience just got a treat, and the audio audience is confused out of their minds right now. But oh well.
Who you got in third, Bruce?
Who do you have in third?
I have the wrestlers.
I have the Surfers.
Whoa.
They had a really good episode this week, and they've had a few really good episodes, but they've had a couple episodes where they really struggled and finished in the middle or near the back also. They're very up and down.
Mm-hmm. I have the wrestlers because I think they are trending upward, but I'm not ready to put them above Kim and Allie or Adam and Bethany.
And because Robbie's your favorite.
Screw that.
Him and Vinny are both your co-favorite evers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They should be on a team together.
Oh God.
I
Who you
would
got
watch
number two?
Tim and TJ. I know, like you said, they've struggled a little bit. One of them got lost on biking back to the tanneries. They've finished. They've had a really good finish every time, I believe. So they struggle, but they put it together, and they work well together as a team. There's none of this like, oh, you need to hurry up, Tim. You need to hurry up, TJ. Like Jim is fussing at Misty the whole episode this week. And you don't have one of them driving past the finish line to prove a point to the other one, which is still the dumbest thing I've ever seen on this show.
That was pretty bad.
They have a great team chemistry and they finish high every week.
That's fair. I put the Soul Surfers. I think that besides last week they got seventh. The week before that they were kind of middle of the pack. Their first leg and this leg, they absolutely brought it. They pretty much had a perfect leg. And I thought they did great, and I think they deserve second place right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
That leaves us to having the same number one once again.
They dominated last week and this week. They're trending in a great direction.
My favorite team in the season.
Yeah.
Kim and Allie, the bicyclists. I don't think there's anything to say. I think they're great. They didn't really have a single bad part to their game this week, and I think that they're in it for the long haul.
I agree. I think they are also.
And that's all my notes. Oh, I think. Can I do that? Oh no, that's my
For
old
those
one.
that aren't watching on YouTube, my graduation hat is on the shelf next to my desk, and I put my tassel on the hat I'm wearing right now and spinning it around my head. I can do this. It wasn't connected very well, but
and he threw the tassel off of his hat.
well, it went flying. But I have it. I'm putting it back on my graduation hat now, so I don't lose it.
Well, Bruce, overall, I think this was a good episode of the Amazing Race 25.
It was. This season just keeps being good. There hasn't been a dud of an episode yet.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
And also, I'm sad about the team that went home. They were really fun.
And you also have a bias because you're a Survivor fan first.
Yes, but even if I wasn't, they're really fun. She seems really sweet. He seems really nice. They get along well.
And they're still together.
Yes. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, with all of that being said,
go,
Bruce.
Okay.
Have fun.
Good luck.
Oh, wait, I messed up. Have fun and travel safe.
Travel safe.
What?
Wasn't that my line?
I don't know. You said good luck a minute ago. Fine.
Go.
Teams, have fun. Good luck.
Good luck. Oh, wait.
Bruce,
I'm trying.
say your line.
Go.
No,
That's my line.
the one before that.
Good luck.
No,
You keep changing it.
the other one.
I have two. Good luck and go.
The other one.
Travel safe. That's
Go.
your.
You told me that it was backwards.
Since when
I
do you
don't know.
listen to the things that I say?
Go, 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 go.